What's up everyone, Swillow here, and today I'm going to be doing a little game overview for Tales of Berseria. I'm just going to go over some of the elements of this game, such as the world and different things you will encounter and can do. I'm also going to do some more in-depth guides on things like the battle system and the gear system later, but right now I'm just going to cover the very basics just to give you an idea of what you can expect in this game. So first, right now I'm in the menu. I'm just going to go over all the different menu options. Very brief overview. Some of it's very straightforward, some of it's a little more intricate. First here we have items, consumables, equipment, key items, all the typical stuff that you're used to in an RPG. Here we have our arts. If you've played any of the past Tales games with the tree system, like Tales of Graces or Tales of Berseria, this game uses a similar tree system where you go in stages of attacks, where you press like triangle and then you get to stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, as you can see on the top. The main difference in this game is that you can actually change your art trees, so that gives you a lot more flexibility instead of being locked into always doing this move at this point. And then once you get further in the game, you will get the art ball here, where you can hold L1 and press a button to use a move at any point. You can put some of your favorite moves or useful moves here so that you can use them at any point during battle. You also have your soul break abilities here, which is one of the unique mechanics to this game. I will go over this more when I get to the battle system guide, but you have mystic arts, Hyogis, soul break, unique skills. Every character has different stuff they learn. And that's pretty much it. Let me just go over some little things about the arts. If you see down here it says SG. In this game you have two resources similar to Zillia, where you had CC and TP, or AC and TP. So you have to manage kind of like a MP type thing as well as an action point system. Okay, so here we are with equipment. Equipment is pretty straightforward. It works most comparable to Berseria, where when you equip a piece, you can learn the main skill that it has. If you look over to the right, you can see that at the top, the skill that has the bird icon, that's the main skill on the weapon. When you find this weapon, it will always have that skill no matter what. Then down below, you have the secondary skills, which is, as you can see, they're grayed out. As you level the weapon up, or forge it, or whatever, craft it, build it up, you will unlock those skills. And then down at the bottom is you have random skills. Random skills, you can have 1 to 3 on each weapon. They're completely random. Every weapon in the game can drop, so you can search for your favorite weapon and try to get your favorite random skills on it. And as you can see right here, it says mastered above. You see the little icon of velvet with the star. I've already mastered all of my equipment, so I don't know if I can show you an example of someone who hasn't mastered. Okay, if you see right here, you can see the little bar, 183 out of 413. So as you battle, you get equipment points or skill points or whatever you want to call it, and once you max that out, you will permanently learn this skill on this weapon for your character. Even if you change the weapon off, you will always have the skill, and you cannot toggle the skill off either. So it's a completely permanent skill once you learn it. The skills you learn in this game are pretty much just stat modifiers, so it's not stuff like double jump or whatever like older games. So you might as well just try to learn all of them, cycle through equipment that you haven't learned abilities for, and try to learn all the skills in the game. You also have the title system. The title system gives you unique things like more BG or more soul crystals or really high stat boosts or modifiers. Sorry guys. In order to learn titles and upgrade them, you have to do certain actions like do a 20-hit combo, perform a mystic art, heal, I don't know, all kinds of random stuff. Do like a tag switch in battle. So if you can see the little number up here in yellow, like it says 18,127 out of 40,000, I have to do something 40,000 times in order to unlock the next ability that you can see is grayed out here. If you see at the bottom of my titles, it says level up bonus. This is actually something you will only get when you're in New Game Plus, where when you equip a title, when you level up, it will raise and lower certain stats. So you can equip a title that benefits your playstyle, like if you want more attack power, you can equip this, but you'll have less defense and less focus. So that's kind of cool. I'm kind of disappointed that it's only a New Game Plus feature. It seems like a really important element, but I guess when you're first playing through the game your first time, you're not going to have a lot of titles, so it's going to be hard to get the stats you want. So I guess I can understand why they made it New Game Plus, but it's a pretty interesting mechanic that you won't be able to have access to until you beat the game. Over here we have equip, fashion your costumes and attachments, similar to previous Tales games. You have glasses, hats, random things. You can go in and tweak the size and stuff on them, the positioning. You also have your hairstyles, and you have different costumes, and then you have your different hoverboards and stuff like that. Very similar to previous Tales games, nothing different here. You have your strategy menu. This is a new element to this game, which is where you can send your ship out, and as time passes, if you can see here down at the bottom, you're going to see where it says 10 minutes and the timer is ticking down. After that timer passes, the ship will return and you'll get items. It's completely random. Some of the items are just basic consumables, materials. Some of them are rare key items for side quests. Some of them are just costumes. So you'll basically just keep sending your ship out, and the clock goes in real time. Whether you're playing the game or you turn your PS4 off, this timer is based on the internal clock of the PS4. So once 30 minutes pass, the ship will be back, whether your game is on or off. You have your cooking system, something in every Tales game. It's back to being pretty basic here after it's been a little wild in the past couple games. You just equip a meal that uses certain food items, and maybe you have to do like a 30-hit combo and you get HP back, or you get SG back, or something like that. You fulfill a requirement and you get something out of it. Or like if you end a battle and you only have 20% HP left, you can get healed. So different stuff like that. Similar to other Tales games. If you've played a Tales game, you understand what to expect as far as cooking goes. You have your collection encyclopedia stuff. I'm not going to go in here because it's going to have spoiler stuff. Okay, so here right now we are in a harbor town. The harbor town is something you're going to see a lot of. There's different harbor towns in the game because you have a ship and you're going to go around to these different ports. So I'm just going to kind of show you what you're going to see at harbors. The harbor towns have a variety of things that you're going to see in most towns. So we have our item shop. The shops here have a rank system like they had in Zillia. As you buy more gear, it will rank up the shop, buy more items or gear or anything. And basically what happens here is as you rank up the shop, you'll unlock new items like better healing items and stuff like that. Or when you buy equipment, it will have more or better random skills on it. Like you see, I can buy this gear here. It will all have 2 random skills or 3 random skills instead of at the beginning of the game where all the equipment you buy will only have 1 random skill. Then you have your synthesis or your crafting or forging or whatever you want to call it. You can use materials you find to upgrade an item. So you see I just upgrade this to +1. Then you have your where you can break down equipment, and basically you can break down equipment to get materials out of it, which will help you build up other equipment. This is something you'll have to do throughout the game because you will fill your inventory up, and you can only hold so many pieces of equipment in the game. So once you do, you're gonna have to either sell or start breaking down your gear. Um, Breaking down your gear is something really important. You shouldn't let your gear cap and miss out on it. You should just try to break it down so that you can have a lot of materials later in the game for when you want to craft and build up certain gear and stuff like that. As you can see here, down at the bottom it shows the materials that you'll get if you break it down. And building up equipment is also a good idea too, even if it becomes outdated, because once you build equipment up and break it down, it gives rarer materials. So even if it's something that you'll get rid of eventually, it's worth building your equipment up if you feel like maybe you just want the extra stat boost, or maybe you already have like a cap on materials and you want to use up some of those materials. So it's good to build equipment up, it's good to break equipment down, because as you progress and cycle through the game, it's going to help you get rarer materials, keep your inventory from filling up and missing out on drops and stuff like that. Over here we have the inn. It's typical getting healing. Sometimes you'll get special scenes and skits. Over here we have the hunter. I don't know what you would call this, but you can hunt powerful monsters around the map, and when you beat them you can talk to one of these people, the Hunters Guild people I guess you could say, and they will give you money. Over here we have a mini game section. There's a lot of different mini games that you'll find. The harbor usually has a couple of different mini games at any given time. Let me just show you a quick example of a mini game here. This is one where I'm gonna have to pop balloons within a time limit. So you can see there I was able to pop the balloons in under 4 seconds, so they give you a bonus for doing that. And each time you play a minigame, you're going to get a points that go towards this kind of gift shop thing where you can buy costumes, items, and rare materials and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different minigames. Some of them are pretty fun, some of them are kind of stressful, but there's no shortage of minigames here. I would say it's, out of any Tales game, it has the biggest variety of minigames. So if minigames is something you really like, you're going to enjoy them here. Some of them I do really like, some of them not so much, but there's definitely something for everyone, I would say. There's enough variety in minigames that you'll find something you really like. Okay, so next we have our ship. Once you board the ship, you can go to different locations around the map. Let me just show you an example of an arena. You have a bunch of different arena areas you will unlock as you progress through the game. Once you come to the arena, you can just go up here and participate in a really long series of battles. Each island only has one battle you can do. It's not like other arenas where you can choose different battles. So as you progress in the game, you'll unlock new islands. They have their own battles. And let me just show you something over here real quick. You see this pink chest. If you look over to the right where you see the little drop, you'll collect these drops around the map as you progress in the game, and those allow you to open these chests. So if you see right here, I have 781 and I can use 115 to unlock this chest. You'll get usually a costume piece or some rare accessory or something. So it's a good idea to try to collect as many of the drops as you can. That way you'll be able to open the chests. Also, this arena, if you play, it's pretty comparable to Berseria. It's just you have your whole party and not just one person. So let me get back to Harbor Town. that's pretty much it for the most part. This is another harbor town. As you can see here, mini game. This one's a little bigger, so there's more to run around and see out here. Oh, over here we have the purple icon on this map. Let me go over here real quick. This is usually like a little hunter's guild section where you'll normally see this type of person that will give you the money for hunting their powerful monsters, and you can normally find side quests or other unique things going on in here. Here's an example of one of those drops I was talking about that you can collect. And that's about it. You also have your quick travel system. If you press L2, you can travel around to random points in the map. And that's about it for the game. If you guys have any specific questions that you want me to answer about this game, let me know in the comments section. I will be doing a more in-depth look at the battle system and the equipment system, so that when the game comes out in the US, you'll be ready to get the most out of it. I know if you guys saw my Tales of Berseria equipment system and some of the guides I did in that game, a lot of people were very happy about those and they helped a lot. So I want to try to do the same thing in this game and give you guys some really helpful guides, because while this game is not as confusing as Berseria, there's still some things that are good to know to help you progress through the game and plan for maybe new game pluses or in-game stuff. If you see here, my ship just came back, so let me show you real quick. It came back and I got a couple of items, and then I can just basically send it out again to a bunch of different destinations. And that's that. So that's it. That's it for the basic overview here. Let me talk about my overall opinion of this game. This is kind of like the review, kind of like a little review section. So this game, in my opinion, is one of the best Tales games in a while, since Berseria specifically. Tales of Berseria is a really great game in my opinion, and some people would say I'm really biased towards it because I like the battle system or I like Judith and stuff like that. But if you play Tales of Berseria, it felt like a very solid game. It had a full world, a good amount of content. It was a very fleshed out title. And I feel like since Berseria, we've been at a point where the games have been really shaky in certain departments, and this game kind of brings it back to that standard where it's a really well polished all around product. There's some flaws, some gripes I have with it, but as a whole it's a good game. It's a really, really long game. This game is really long. I can't put enough emphasis on how long this game is. It's actually, sometimes it almost feels like it's too long, but I'm going to say this is definitely a good thing. The game is very long. You're going to get a ton of playtime out of it, and a lot of people are going to be really happy with that. They just have a very lengthy RPG to sink their teeth in and kill a lot of time with. This is a really long game. It might actually be the longest Tales game. And I actually, because I'm playing in Japanese and I don't understand Japanese, I was actually skipping a lot of scenes and stuff. So when you sit down and start watching all the skits and all the scenes and stuff, I can imagine the clock getting up to a good 70 hours for a lot of people on just a normal playthrough. So it's a very long game, a lot of content, and it's all pretty well rounded. So you guys should definitely look forward to this game. Definitely buy it when it comes out. This game deserves support so that Namco Bandai knows that this is the kind of Tales game we want. We want a really fleshed out, well-made game. Something I feel we haven't gotten in a while. So definitely get hyped for this game when it comes out in the US and other parts of the world. and it's a lot of fun. Like I said, guys, just leave any questions or comments you have in the comment section, and I will answer them. And like I also said, I will follow up with more in-depth guides on specific elements of the game. But if you guys have any suggestions that you think I might not cover, just let me know. Any types of Tales of Berseria content you want me to do in general, even if it's not a guide, just let me know. I'm kind of at a point where I'm at the end of my New Game Plus, and I do want to do some stuff like a combo video and whatnot, but I want to do what you guys want. So let me know if there's any very specific content for this game you'd like to see, and I will do my best to get it out for you. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you later.